Hey, good morning. It's Elizabeth Manchester Murphy from Elizabeth Murphy LLC, Positive Waves Counseling, located in the beautiful Coconut Point, Estero, Florida. So I wanted to take this moment and actually educate you on the difference between cognitive behavioral therapy and dialectical behavioral therapy. They're very similar, and honestly, they are my preferred modalities when working with clients. Why? Because there's progress and data-oriented measurement. Sounds like a lot of work. Sounds maybe a little scary, intimidating. It's not. If done with the right therapist, in a trusting therapeutic rapport, patients gain skills, education, knowledge, confidence, and also realize that 80% of what we do is behaviorally based. So why DBT and why CBT? First, let me break it down for you. CBT, also known as cognitive behavioral therapy, starts with your thoughts, your feelings, and then your behaviors. So the idea is we get a thought, challenging or positive, and then we get an emotion based on that thought. Well, it's obvious what comes next, usually a reaction or a response. I hope that my clients take a moment, step back, and respond rather than react, because reacting comes from a high emotional place. That sounds a little complicated. How do you do it? Through talking and processing the challenges of the waves in your life. Now, what's this thing, Elizabeth, about DBT, dialectic behavioral therapy? So I'm glad you asked. DBT is actually stemmed off CBT. So again, you've got a thought, a feeling, and then a behavior. And as a behaviorist, if 80% or more of what we do and how we behave is from exposure, what we've learned, what works for us, coping skills, mechanisms that even though they may not be the healthiest choices, have gotten us this far, we need to really analyze whether or not our behaviors are helping us get our needs met in a healthy way. So DBT takes the CBT and then puts a major dose of behavioral modification. Behavior modification. If something is impacting our life, what is it? What is the goal that we want to get out of it? And is there an alternative, a healthier strategy to maintaining our needs and then ultimately having it affect our everyday life? People who don't realize that they have issues within their life most likely don't, because it hasn't been brought to their attention, or there's not a consequence associated with said behavior. So for example, if we spend the majority of our life doing something that might not be healthy until it affects us or people that we love, or there is a severe enough consequence in our life, we don't want to change that behavior. Getting out of our comfort zone is challenging. I wanted to share a little snippet about the difference between CBT and DBT. DBT has 4 main components. The first one is mindfulness. Can we get ourselves truly to be present in the moment, not in the future, and not in the past? We can't go back that way. The second part is distress tolerance. That's essentially taking our brain and in the moment being able to give it something that it needs, like self-awareness, and meeting those needs in a healthy, more appropriate, adaptive way. The third piece is emotional regulation. Do you know the difference between a big emotion and a small emotion? Most of the time, we identify children with issues with their emotional regulation capabilities. But many of us, even as adults, still struggle with those skills. The last component of DBT is interpersonal communication. This is where I work with clients and suggest resources and tools to give them more effective, assertive communication strategies for all relationships in their life. This includes knowing their boundaries and what firm, fair, and friendly expectations are, understanding what they need and get from a relationship, and what they're capable of giving. Every relationship has boundaries. To feel safe, we need to recognize what our own are, as well as maybe consider the needs of others. So that's just a little taste of CBT and DBT. I utilize those modalities in addition to positive psychology, and I work with pediatrics all the way through geriatric clients and couples. Because let's be honest, behavior affects us when we're this small, this tall, whether we're 3 years old or 83. If you'd like to learn more and consider how your life is impacted by your thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, and how your behaviors might be affecting your relationships with others, your job performance, your overall quality of life, please don't hesitate to reach out to me, Elizabeth Murphy, at Elizabeth Murphy LLC, and I look forward to changing those unacceptable behaviors and giving you the opportunity to have meaningful, loving, caring relationships through all the waves of life. For more information, give me a call directly at 239-378-6755 or visit my website where you can schedule an intake appointment at your convenience. That website is www.elizabethmurphyllc. And I will see you in the office or on the waves very soon. Take care.